Hello again, Warren here.
And Landon.
With the Peach State Prime Transformers channel. And if you haven't guessed it by what Landon's holding, we'll be taking a look at a certain Cyberworld figure today. Who's that, Landon?
Scorponok.
Yep, Cyberworld Scorponok. So far, the largest figure of the Cyberworld toy line. And definitely one that has caught the eye of not only kids that are fans of Cyberworld, but also some collectors. So we're going to take a look and do some comparisons to some other classic Scorponoks.
The figure.
Yeah, from the Transformers universe, and we'll see how it compares. So stick around. All right, so here's Scorponok, and it's one of those figures where it's not just a name only. You can tell this is clearly a Scorponok, yes. And, he is nice and big, and again, we'll do some comparisons here in a minute, but you got some nice, thick, translucent plastic, on his chest there, his visor, which, can go up and down.
And the secret about his head that I'm gonna show y'all.
Yep. And then you have a sword here rotating around. He's built just like you would expect a Scorponok to be built. And definitely some color variations there, and we'll explain the kind of the basis for that here. Posability is nice. I'm going to let Landon show off the special play features here in just a minute.
Okay.
But you can move his arms, and of course at his elbow here.
And his cannons.
His cannons, can be
falling.
Okay, so the cannons are removable. Okay, so let's point that out.
Like the arm.
Right. And so we did not break anything. It holds pretty well. I hit it wrong. Head does not turn. And these legs, there is a piece of plastic molded between them. So he is kind of static. However, when he was first released, he was about $60. Most retailers have had him at $40 about a month in. And that's an excellent price point. You get a whole lot of figure here.
It's really big, too.
Yes, it is a very large figure, despite the lack of some articulation that might not be there. But, Landon, you want to show us his just the features in robot mode that he has?
Sure. Hi. So, first thing, his visor can go up and down. And also, we need it to be absolutely silent real quick. Sound effect.
Yep, he does have light and sound effects.
Multiple sound effects.
That saw blade. I know when I first heard that, I'm like, oh, we have a chainsaw? And yeah, he does have a saw here. But it's kind of a menacing sound for the quote-unquote children's line here.
And then his tail, like seen in the 360, is a motorcycle. So we'll just pop Megatron on there.
And this is Cyberworld Megatron, just to be clear.
Put his hands on there. Wait, no. Put his head back up. He's that big a bull. And
okay, so the tail becomes a motorcycle. Now, I will say the show does a good job showing off these features. Again, the show is a free YouTube show.
Watch it.
No reason not to watch it. The episodes are pretty short. Yeah. They're fun. Okay, so what else can he do?
He can transform.
Well, before that, what are the other features he has here in robot mode?
Well, his hands can go, "Hi, Bob." And then, so we can open up this hand, take out his sword, take off Megatron from the motorcycle, If I can ever get it off, that is.
So there's some strong connection points there.
That I might have broken.
He took those handlebars with him.
I think I put them on there too good.
Here, do you need help with that?
Yeah.
Here you go.
Thank you. And just put that back on. Act
So,
like nothing ever happened.
You can see how he compares to a standard Cyberworld toy here as well.
Which is like the Chop Shop size too.
Right.
I'm gonna put his tail back on so we have no more accidents like what just happened. And then, so he has this hand. It can open up and just open that up, and then let's just say this doesn't happen in the show, but might. I'm not gonna spoil it. And it can be like.
So Scorponok can hold the smaller figures. Now, I saw this hand also comes off. What does that do?
It just comes off.
It just comes off?
Like a battle damage.
Oh, well, what about this one when it comes off?
Also got like battle damage.
Can you say what? Let me see that tail piece real quick. Because I think, if I'm not mistaken, you can connect it to it.
No.
No?
Yeah.
Okay. For some reason, I was thinking they connected. But, I mean, I believe these come off. You could also use them as, like, extra weapons or, you know, a pseudo-fortress. Because unlike some of the other Scorponoks in the past, he does not have a fortress mode.
Put this tail on where the hand would be.
Yeah,
and then,
so he does have some play features there where you can swap out the hands and such. And then what's the chest do when you open it up here? What's that for?
like a computer, I think.
Like a computer, and I think the other thing you can do is if you take one of the guns off,
Yeah.
you can plug it in there. And you can actually have someone sitting there shooting, like, let's say, Megatron. So it's almost like, if you recall our Grimlock video from Cyberworld.
Like the mech mode.
Yeah, it's like a powered-up mech mode.
I think that's actually what Scorponok does when they do that with Grimlock.
Yeah. So very cool. So do you want to put him back into his regular robot mode and we'll do some comparisons?
And not the weird hand mode.
Yeah. And I'll start talking about our first comparison. So, you know, there's no better place to start than we're going to actually do three different looks at three different Scorponoks. And obviously that means the first one we're going to look at, and guys, this is incomplete. I apologize. Is going to be G1 Scorponok. Now, before everybody starts laughing, let me just say, I do not have the helmet for his head. So he does have, you know, tiny head syndrome here. But you can see, and of course, I don't have the guns and everything,
like
but you can see some clear, you know, influence, you know, from the very first Scorponok to the latest Scorponok here. And, you know, obviously if I had the helmet, would see a little bit more resemblance there. Though I think his head is more based on a different Scorponok we'll look at here in just a minute. You can see that the feet are somewhat similar. You know, gray. the colors are a little bit different. We'll talk about colors here in just a minute. But, we still have the claw hand for one of them. And then, of course, we got an upgrade with Cyberworld having a saw blade for the other hand. So, very cool.
Isn't this one also a headmaster?
Yes, and that's a good point, Landon. So, of course, the classic Scorponok is a headmaster with Lord Zarak being his head master partner. Whereas Cyberworld, Scorponok is just his own bot. He doesn't have any partnership whatsoever. The next one we're going to look at, I'm going out of order for a reason here. We're actually going to look at
a big boy.
The the remake of the G1 Scorponok. This is Earthrise Scorponok. And sorry about the camera movements there, but okay, so of course, I'd say Scorponok and Cyberworld and G1 Scorponok were about the same size. However,
a bit bigger.
You get into this Scorponok and you still have, those classic feet there. The arms. You have the cannons that go from his shoulders. You have the orange antennas. Again, I didn't have that on my G1 Scorponok.
Because you don't have the helmet.
But definitely, they're definitely from the same family here.
The only difference really is this end.
Yeah, and when you look at the back, and this is the best comparison, so, of course, in Earthrise, the legs are hidden a little bit more, but they're still there. And we'll look at these guys in alt mode here in just a bit as well for a better comparison. But the next one is where things get a little interesting. And before I bring it up, I just want to say there is also the live-action movie Scorponok, a few different versions of him, as well as Beast Wars Scorponok. And I'm not going to do any comparisons there because simply, they're robotic scorpions, but they don't really
look similar.
Yeah, there's really no design influence on Cyberworld Scorponok from those releases. So there's really no need to compare those. However, the other one we do need to compare is Energon Scorponok. Now, Energon Scorponok, is quite a bit different from G1.
Like the colors and everything.
The colors, and again, he's not a headmaster.
He looks like a city.
But, he's a scorpion-themed construction vehicle. Now, what's interesting with that is, construction vehicle, and then you go to this guy over here, Cyberworld, he has the saw blade and everything, which is kind of construction vehicle-ish, to be honest. So you have that comparison. Now, the colors. Now, they are severe, pretty different, different shades. These are far more muted on Energon Scorponok, but you look at Cyberworld, and when you start looking, you got some clear bits on Energon, and then you have more, like a darker color here. This is blackish blue. And when you compare that to what you have here, along with the orange, you kind of have some influence on Cyberworld Scorponok for some of those color choices. The other thing where there's some clear influence in the Cyberworld toy is with the head sculpt. So I'm going to do my best to show this to you guys, but the first thing you can tell is you have the clear visor on both of them that can go down and up, yes. And then when you look at the actual face, and again, this is Energon Scorponok here, and then we go over to Cyberworld. I mean, the expression's a little different, but like you look at the eyebrows, or what would be eyebrows on a robot, they're definitely influencing, you know, the Cyberworld Scorponok here.
With the face, this one's like super angry, but this one's just frowning.
Exactly. So, I think it's time after those comparisons. Let's go ahead and look at some alt mode comparisons. Okay, so converting to alt mode's pretty simple.
Yeah.
Landon, would you like to show us?
Sure. Welcome back to how to transform Cyberworld figures. So we'll just take those off and then... Oh no, we made him angry. Lift his arms up. Yeah! And we'll just do a little sound effect real quick.
Right, so you got a nice transformation sound effect there when you transform him. And he's a pretty massive toy when you have him, really in either mode, but
yeah,
especially the Scorpion mode here.
And
you got some tank treads back here, you have the legs.
This does not roll, but what did you expect, really?
Yep.
And we have different sound effects for Scorponok mode.
Oh, well,
Scorpion mode.
Oh, well, can you show us those? It's like a walking sound effect. Like a pinching sound effect. Maybe a laser.
Or maybe a fart.
No. You got a roar. That big old stinger. Like a creepy noise.
That was all of them.
Okay, very cool. Is there anywhere you could put Megatron or any other Cyberverse figure? Cyberworld figure on this one?
There are too many cyber things.
That's right. So it looks like maybe you could have one up here.
Yeah.
Kind of manning, you know, I guess if there's laser blast coming from the tail. And then it looks like over here even...
These can fold up.
The guns can fold up and you can stand figures here to like man the guns.
Yeah.
So,
I'll show you that, I guess. Is it gonna behave? No.
So I believe technically this is considered a playset in the Cyberworld line, which is very cool. You don't get many playsets nowadays. Yep. Okay, very cool. So let's do a couple comparisons here in Scorpion mode. Now, I chose to leave Energon Scorponok out of this because, you know, even though, you know, we do have some clear influences from the figure, it's mainly in bot mode. So we're just going to compare him to our two other Scorponoks. So first up, let's get this guy to one side here.
Clicking sound.
Yep, it does. Alright, let's lower that a little bit. And we're going to look at G1 Scorponok first. Now, I know this thing isn't fully transformed correctly, but it's just to give you an idea. So let's back this up a little bit. And you see, you know, again, you see they're from the same family. You got the legs, they're roughly about the same size, though Cyberworld Scorponok is a hair longer. You know, they look pretty good with each other. I mean, I'd say,
They're both Scorponok.
Yep, they're both Scorponok. And let's grab our next one here. Alright, and here's the Titan class Earthrise Scorponok. You can see he is still much bigger. And again, I know there might be a few panels I didn't do on this one. He's going right back in robot mode anyways.
Right after this video's done recorded.
Yep. So you can see, you know, they're still very, very similar. You know, in the Scorponok family, you have the big green legs on either side. The thing that's probably most interesting, and I'm going to just take this off so everyone can see a little bit more close. Yeah, that stinks. Anyways, when you look at the head,
they're not that different.
Of Titan class Scorponok to Cyberworld Scorponok, that's what influenced the head on the Scorpion mode for Cyberworld was the Earthrise Titan class Scorponok, and you could definitely see that there. All right, so that's a look at Cyberworld playset Scorponok. And as you can see, he's pretty big, has a lot of features,
pretty
you know,
heavy.
Lights and sounds. Landon, what do you think of that figure?
He is very good, and he is very heavy.
Very heavy. So I will say, if Landon wouldn't have gotten this figure, I probably would have bought it for myself, and you know, finally. Or eventually, because it is really, does offer a lot. It looks great on a shelf. Just that big chunky, even if it's not the most detailed thing. And like I said, it does have a lot of features and break apart items.
Easily.
Which, yeah, break apart features. But anyways, it is a great toy. You know, it brings you back to maybe like the 90s when you had a lot of play sets out there, just nice big play sets and toys. It really falls into that category. So, with that, hope you might consider picking one up eventually if you have the chance, and that you enjoyed this video. And if you did, please give it a like here on YouTube. And, of course, subscribe to the Peach State Prime Transformers channel.
Subscribe for videos every other day.
Right. Well, for, you know,
for now.
every so often, whenever there's something worth covering.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you know, all sorts of Transformers content, news, reviews, spotlights, things of that nature. Then, of course, I have my original channel, Peach State Prime, where I feature, you know, just different fun videos, different attractions, events, fun places to eat, fun places to shop, including collectible stores, and even sometimes showcasing my other collections that I have, my other hobbies.
We currently have a Tennessee series going on right now.
Yep, that's right. So there's a lot of Tennessee videos. We just got back.
Yeah.
But feel free to check that out as well. Anyways, thank you again for watching this video. Hope you have a great day, and God bless.